Hey everybody, welcome back to Dead Man DZ's Kanji Study Sessions. We got 12 new vocabulary words from the JLPT N2 list today, as always. If we see a new kanji, we'll go over it and write it down 10 times, and we will go over the readings, the meanings, and what the radicals are in the kanji to try and come up with a way to remember it. If it's a new word but it's made of old kanji, then we'll just go over kind of the meanings of each one and how it makes up the new word. We won't go into detail, and we'll just write these new words with old kanji down 3 to 5 times. If you want to watch this at your own pace, head on over to YouTube. And if you just want to get your hands on these lists, head on over to my Google Drive, where I've got all of them up for you in nice lined up fashion. Our first word of the day is reberu. Reberu is level, standard, and amount. A floor, or reberu, a rebel. Reberu is used. It's used almost in all the same ways that we use a level. The word level. It's kind of a multifaceted word. You can use it many ways. Reberu is a level. Reberu. Number 2 is shime kiru. Shime on the left side is to fasten or tie tight. I also like to think of it as like a drawing shut of something. And kiru on the right side is to cut off. So shime kiru is like to close up or to cut off, like after a deadline or something like that. That same kind of sense. The image this brings to mind is shime to kind of fasten and kiru to cut, like to cut off by fastening. I get the kind of picture of like the strings on a coin purse being pulled tight and closing off that entrance is kind of what I think of. Shime kiru is to close off or cut off. Shime kiru. Shime kiru. Shime kiru is to close off or cut off. Shime kiru. Shime kiru is to close off or shut off. Shime kiru. Number 3 is a ko-sha. Ko on the left side is a school, and sha on the right side is a house or a building. So a ko-sha is a school building. Literally, this is a little translation. Ko-sha is a school building. Ko-sha is a school building. Ko-sha is a school building. Ko-sha. Ko-sha. Ko-sha is a school building. Number 4 is soul-go. Soul on the left side is inter or mutual, and go on the right side is kind of doing things for each other. So soul-go is kind of two kanji that both mean kind of mutual or reciprocal, and they come together to mean the exact same thing. Mutual or reciprocal is soul-go. Soul-go is mutual or reciprocal. Soul-go. Soul-go is mutual and reciprocal. Soul-go. Soul-go is mutual and reciprocal. Soul-go desu. Soul-go. Number 5 is Jin Mei. Jin on the left side is a person, and Mei on the right side is their life or their fate or destiny. So Jin Mei is referring to all human life. This is really in parentheses, but it's just life, kind of. Jin Mei is a person's life or human life. Jin Mei. Jin Mei is human life or a a person's life. Jinmei. Jinmei desu. Jinmei. Number 6 is saku, to tear, to cut up, or to spare some time, with retsu, or to line up on top of clothing. So to tear or cut up is saku. Saku is to tear or cut up or make lines or cues in clothing. Saku, to tear, cut up, or spare something for someone is saku. Saku is to tear, cut up, or to spare something from someone. It's like to break them off a piece of, or tear off a piece of time or money for them. Saku is to rip, tear, or spare time or something like that for someone. Saku, to tear off a piece of time for your friend. Saku. Number 7 is tai seki. Tai on the left side is a body of something, and seki on the right side is a capacity or volume. So a tai seki is the volume that some body can hold, or a capacity. Tai seki. This is the second word for capacity or volume we've learned in the past few days. The other one was yoseki, with almost the same kanji, except yo on the left side was a space. Taiseki is a body's volume versus yoseki, which is a space's volume. Taiseki. Taiseki desu. Taiseki is another word for capacity or volume, with our body or substance plus volume. Taiseki. Taiseki. Number 8 is kitai. Ki on the left side is a spirit, energy, air, or gas, and tai on the right side is a body. So kitai is literally a gaseous body or gas and vapor itself. Kitai. It's a pretty much literal translation of a gaseous body. Kitai. Kitai is a gaseous body or gas and vapor. Kitai. Kitai desu. Kitai. Number 9 is tokoro dokoro. Tokoro on the left side is a place or a location, and this kind of thing on the right side just means ditto, so it's kind of tokoro dokoro, same word but with a do added just for fun. Here and there, or several places. Tokoro dokoro, it's like here and there. It's essentially the exact same as saying here and there. It's saying place and place, here and there. Tokoro dokoro is here and there. Tokoro dokoro is here and there. Tokoro dokoro. Tokoro dokoro desu. Tokoro dokoro is here and there. Number 10 is shaburu. No kanji here, just hiragana. Shaburu is to suck or to lick on something like a lollipop. This is also the same word for somewhat more erotic activity, which I do not recommend you use Japanese pornographic material to study with, because you'll learn all sorts of words that are not appropriate. One of them being shaburu. Shaburu is to suck or lick. And number 11 is urayamu, to envy. Urayamu is made of two radicals, life on top of next. It's essentially, it's almost life. It's not quite life. on top of our radicals for moving water and either a what is coming up next or a fault in something. But the way I like to look at this is these two kanji on the bottom here is almost the same kanji for next. And if you're talking about what comes next in life, you're always going to be envious of somebody else's stuff. If you're thinking about what's coming next. So sen, en, or amari, urayami, or urayamu is to envy, be jealous, or to covet. Amari, sen, en, or urayamu is to be jealous or envious. Urayamu. Urayamu. Urayamu is to envy. Other ways to read this word are amari, sen, or en. Urayamu. Urayami is probably the noun for jealousy or envy itself, and urayamu is to be jealous of or to envy someone. Urayamu. 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 When you think about what's coming next, you can get just urayamu. Urayamu is to envy. And finally, number 12 is kyo-yo, with kyo on the left side being to teach and yo on the right side being to nurture. So kyo-yo is cultivation, refinement, or education. Kyo-yo is educating, nourishment. Kyo-yo. Kyo-yo is educating, nourishment. Kyo-yo is educating, nourishment, or cultivation. Kyo-yo. Kyo-yo is educating and nurturing. Kyo-yo. Kyo-yo is educating and nourishing together, meaning cultivation or education itself. Kyo-yo. Let's go back to the top. Make sure we've memorized all these at least for right now. Make sure you're going back and doing some flashcard reps. Make sure you're watching some Japanese stuff. You're reading some Japanese stuff. Just make sure you get some exposure, man. Our first word of the day was reberu, which is a level. Reberu. Number 2 was shimekiru, to close off or to cut off, like in a deadline. Shimekiru. Shime. Shimekiru no shime. It was a thread. Shime. And kiru. Shimekiru is to cut off or shut off. A school building is a kousha. Kousha. Literally a school building, one-to-one translation there. Mutual or reciprocal is sogo, with mutual or reciprocal on the left, and go meaning for each other on the right. Sogo. Human life is jinmei. Jin on the left side for human, and mei on the right side for life or kind of fate. To tear or to cut up is saku, with to make some lines in one's clothing. Saku is to spare or rip off some time or to tear and cut up. Capacity or volume, we now know 2 words for it. It's either taiseki, meaning the volume in some body. Or yoseki, which is the volume in some space. Gas, vapor, or a gaseous body is a kitai. Ki on the left side for gas and tai on the right side for body. Kitai is a gaseous body. Here and there are several places is tokoro dokoro. Tokoro on the left for a place and a ditto sign on the right for the same thing. To suck or to lick is shaburu. 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 To envy or be envious is urayamu. Urayamu. Alternately read sen, en, or amari. Urayamu is to envy. Urayamu. And finally, cultivation or refinement is kyoyo. Kyo on the left side for teaching, and yo on the left, or on the right, sorry, for nourishment or nurture. Kyoyo is cultivation or refinement. Thanks for watching today, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend, and I hope Sunday didn't come too fast for most people. Thanks for watching. Domo arigatou gozaimashita. じゃあね。